Royal Rumble 2000 had a runtime of 52 minutes and premiered on January 23 at Madison Square Garden. 19,231 fans were in attendance with Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. Howard Finkel was ring announcer for this evening.
Madison Square Garden is a home for many of WWE's biggest events. WrestleMania 1, 10, and 20. And also the Royal Rumble in the year 2000. Any crowd during that time was a hot crowd. The event sold out every night. There were times they had overflows. The rafters were packed. So as you can imagine, that reflected on this Rumble. I thought this Rumble was fun. You had a lot of big names, big legends. Rikishi, I think he eliminated 7 people, the most in this Rumble. He had a highlight moment with the Too Cool crew as well. The crowd loved Too Cool's dance. And then Rikishi eliminates both of them. Because, you know, every man for himself. You also had appearances from Chris Jericho, Chyna, Al Snow, Hardcore Holly, Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, Big Show, The Rock. Bob Backlund made a surprise entrance. Edge, Christian, Tess, Crash Holly, and they also threw in some Mean Street Posse and Kai and Tai who were not officially in the Rumble, but they still showed up. This show had everything. There was a variety of things to be entertained by. There was only one person who could win this Rumble. It was the hottest act in wrestling, The Rock. In 2000, there was no one hotter than The Rock. Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he was not around during this time. He was currently on leave because of neck problems. They did a story where he got hit by a car. We'll see him next year, don't worry, but it's all about The Rock this year. It was all about the people's champion, and you know what? It should have been. Every promo he cut was must-see, his catchphrases were legendary, and no one else deserved to win this Rumble. Rock eliminates The Big Show in controversial fashion, and we used that to set up a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania, which even I still think to this day should have just been The Rock versus Triple H. The match at Backlash 2001 was the real WrestleMania main event. I'm just saying. But besides that, I really enjoyed watching this Rumble, and I think you will too. But that's just my perspective. Let's get a much more clearer perspective from you-know-who. Let's go to the vote.
The first Royal Rumble match of the new millennium, the 2000 Royal Rumble match. Now, the Rumble matches of recent were a bit predictable. 1996, we knew Shawn Michaels was going to win. 1998, we knew Steve Austin was going to win. 1999, we knew it was either going to be Austin or McMahon winning. And 2000, it was no different in terms of predictability because with Steve Austin gone, The Rock was the #1 babyface. Triple H was the top heel WWF champion. So we knew The Rock was going to win this match, even though WrestleMania didn't end up what it was supposed to be, but another story for another day. Although, even though it was another predictable Royal Rumble match, it was still a really good Royal Rumble match. The Iron Man of the 2000 Rumble is really one of the most forgettable Iron Men in Royal Rumble match history. Coming out at number 10, Test lasted 26 minutes, 17 seconds, and yeah, that's about it. And nothing against Test, but in terms of Iron Men in Rumble match history, one of the most forgettable. The star of this Rumble match, however, was the man who eliminated the most men in this Rumble match. Rikishi, the former Fatu, eliminated the first 7 participants in this Rumble match. Mosh, Christian, D'Lo Brown, Too Cool, Steve Blackman, and Viscera. And I mean, this began the biggest year of Rikishi's career. He eliminated the most in this Rumble. He was a King of the Ring finalist. He won the Intercontinental Championship. Say what you will about the angle, he had a brief main event run when they turned him heel. Now, due to the roster size of the WWF in 2000, There were some guys left out of this Rumble match, but they did make their presence known in this match. Mean Street Posse made an appearance. The most notable was Kai and Tai, where they just kept coming out, and then Taka, he got thrown over the top, did a face plant on the floor. They constantly replayed that. It's like, oh my god, show what happened to Taka again. And it's like, that had to be a rib. It's like one of those things like, oh shit. Oh my god. And he did a legit face plant. It's like, oh god. But they kept on replaying it over and over and over and over again. The final four of this Royal Rumble match was Kane, X-Pac, Big Show, and The Rock. And even though Rock's feet hit the ground first, which I don't know if that was, legit or that was part of the story, which, if that was part of the story, holy crap, everything had to go perfect if it was part of the story, although it might have not been. It might have actually been legit, but I digress. Even though Rock's feet hit the ground first, The Rock eliminated the Big Show to win the 2000 Royal Rumble match. With Rock's feet hitting the first, they turned that into an angle that led into the next pay-per-view, which led to the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000, or 16, whichever one you want to call it. So yeah, it was a good Royal Rumble match. I wouldn't say it's one of the all-time great Royal Rumble matches, but it was still a good Royal Rumble match nonetheless.
The overall grade for Royal Rumble 2000 is a B.
Thank you guys for watching my 2000 Rumble review. And now we go on to 2001. One of the best Rumbles in history. See you in my next video. Your boy, Alyx signing off.